¿Qué hubo, mi 49er raza familia? What's up, faithful? It is your boy, Niner Sickness, with the Niner Sickness podcast on this Wednesday. Good evening, good afternoon. How are you doing tonight? Are you like me, and are you tired? Oh, so tired of hearing the Deebo Samuel drama. Is he going? Is he staying? Does he want to be a running back? Does he want to be a receiver? Who's talking to Deebo? Who's not talking to Deebo? Who's related to Deebo? Who's not related to Deebo? The saga continues to go on. But for content creators, this is what we live for. We live for the drama without our mamas. This is why we come live. This is why we talk 49er football, to have fun. But I am tired of all the ups and downs. Before we go any further, please wipe your feet before entering and smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. Also, get the formalities out of the way. If you haven't followed me yet, please follow me at Twitter at Niner Sickness 49. Follow me on Twitter. Also follow me on IG at Niner Sickness. You can follow me on IG at Niner Sickness. You can also follow me on Facebook. I have a page and I have a group under Niner Sickness Podcast. Feel free to be part of that as well. How's everybody doing? I pray that everybody's blessed. I pray for God's blessing upon your lives, upon your families' prosperity. I apply the blood upon your families. I know this is a football channel. I'm going to keep it football. But as a man of God, I love to pray for all my viewers and let you know, whether you believe in God or not, I pray for you and your family. Welcome, Damian Lee. Hold on real quick. Let me give me a second, guys. Let me put a background on this thing. Give me a second. I forgot I took off the There we go. Give me 1 second. There we go. Get this situated. What's up, Damien? Luis Moreno in the house. How you doing, Luis? What's up, brother? Thank you. My brother, Raggy, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. We got our boy David McNew in the house. What's up, David? Says, hi, Beto and the Niner Empire. Deebo has gone full diva. I don't know. Is it Deebo? Is it his brother? Is it the media? It's like, man, I forgot how crazy the offseason can get, right? The offseason can be so damn boring that people will find anything to talk about. And they'll make up stuff, man. They'll make up. Thank you for wiping your feet, Julio. Welcome to the stream, brother. People will just make up stuff just to make it interesting. A damn shame, if you ask me. You look younger. I try to be, brother. I try. Unfortunately, I don't feel younger, but thank you. News here in LA now. But yep, it's everywhere. My brother from another mother, the man of God himself, Colts Chronicles. How you doing, brother? Bless you, bless you, bless you. Save the drama for your mama. I love it. What's up, Lucky? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. You got Roberto. What's up, Roberto? How you doing, sir? Save the drama for your baby mama. JR Meadows is in the house. What's up, JR? Deebo is replaceable. Blame Shani. He wants out. That's the point, though. Does he really want out? Does he really want to trade? Is he really frustrated playing running back / receiver? Does he really want the money? Now, the money part, I can tend to believe, because who doesn't want to get paid? Everybody wants to get paid. Listen, I'm a believer that you deserve the bag. You put your body on the line. You go out there and you work hard. You never know if you ever get a second contract. So whenever you have the opportunity, whether it's with your current organization or a different organization, you go after what you think you are worth, regardless of what I or any fan base thinks of you. You go after what you think you are worth. Hopefully, the Niners agree with Deebo and they pay the man, and Deebo stays a Niner for a very long time. But I cannot be upset at a player for trying to go after the bag. Corey Davis is in the house. How you doing, Corey? Welcome to this. Thank you for wiping your feet, sir. I appreciate it. We're going to draft Marcus Jones. I like Marcus Jones. I like him at a slot corner. I really do. I don't know if he'll be available at 93. I don't know if we'll take him at 61. I think if he's there at 93, you draft Marcus Jones. But not at 61. Corey Davis. David Maynew says hello to. Mr. Chronicle says, I heard the same. Deebo a million times and not one prayer for him. Prayer to Deebo and faithful. You better faithful rise up regardless. Listen, we got to support the man, bro. We just got to support him. We got to support him. We got to support him. We got to support him. You were right about the fiasco. Although, do you really think is the gang whole money issue because of what other teams are paying? You got to pay your player for what he's worth, in my opinion. What is Deebo worth to the San Francisco 49ers? What is Deebo to the organization? Obviously, we win games. See, this is the case with Jimmy. We don't win games because of Jimmy. We win games with Jimmy. And Deebo's situation, we have won games because of Deebo. And when you have a playmaker that you win games because of that playmaker, you got to do whatever it takes to make sure he does not ever wear a different uniform. And I really believe that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan and Deebo Samuel and his agent will get this squared away. I do believe the Niners will not sign, but extend Deebo. And this whole drama will be behind us. I can't wait for next week. Not only for the fact that we're going to be drafting and we don't know who we're drafting, that within itself is exciting. But once the draft is over and Deebo is still on the roster, a lot of this trade crap can go away. It can just go away. It doesn't belong here. Listen, I'm a Niner fan. I love my Niner faithful. But man, some of this faithful, get out of your feelings. You got to get out of your feelings, man. You take things way too personal. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down, 1 minute you're excited, 1 minute you're depressed. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens within its timetable. Deebo is under contract. There is no pressure for the 49ers to try to do anything right now. They have plenty of time to negotiate and work out a contract extension for Deebo. There is no need to have to rush things just because the faithful are too, dramatic and up and down. Should he go? Should he stay? Is he leaving? Is he staying? Relax. Relax. Have a cup of milk and cookies. Enjoy life. Enjoy the summer. The Deebo will get situated. Whether he extends the contract and stays with us or we trade him, but it will get situated. There's no reason to get our nerves worked up. If he wants out, just let him go, but only for a king's ransom. I don't think anybody will give 2 firsts for Deebo, Lewis. If we can get a first, a second, and maybe a fourth, I'm okay with it. A first, second, and third. Or fourth, excuse me. If somebody really wants Deebo and gives us 2 number ones, then, you just can't pass that up. But I really would hate Deebo to go. You can supplement someone like Deebo, but you're never able to replace a receiver / running back playmaker like Deebo. He's one of a kind. Give us our picks. What's up, Mike H? He says, Beto, I emailed you about the patch, but haven't heard back. Good luck to Deebo. Okay, I'll check my email after this show. I apologize. I'll check it, brother, and then I'll respond to your email. Marcus Jones is 5'8". Yeah, he's about the same height I imagine that K'Wan Williams was. According to John Chaplin, Deebo's agent has not been given permission to seek a trade and negotiate an extension like DeForest Buckner agent was given permission. You must have been watching actually you were, the 49er Minded podcast with Chaplin as a guest. Yeah, that's the difference. I like that you brought up that point that Chaplin said. That's the difference between Deebo and DeForest Buckner. They allowed the agent to go out and seek a trade for DeForest prior to the draft, and the trade happened, and DeForest moved on. That is not the case with Deebo. Deebo's agent has not been given any type of permission to seek a trade with any team or speak to any team. I'm telling you, the Niners' goal is to extend Deebo and to extend Bosa. And they're going to get it done. Listen, they extended Kittle and they extended Fred Warner. They're 2 for 2. What makes you believe that they're going to strike out on Deebo? John Lynch got this, ladies and gentlemen. Deebo will be extended. We'll pay him what he rightfully deserves. And we'll move on and win a lot of championships with him on the team. I believe Deebo is extremely valuable with Garoppolo and will be less valuable with Lance. With different style of play, Trey will turn average receivers to good ones. Now, to your point, if he can turn an average receiver to great, imagine someone like Deebo. Yeah, I think keeping Deebo is very valuable to Trey Lance. I believe it is more valuable for Trey to have Deebo than Jimmy ever did. Jimmy has experience. Trey Lance is coming in First year as a starter, the better players that he has around him, the easier the job gets. And at the end of the day, you want to make it as easy as possible for Trey Lance transition from backup to starting quarterback. And how do you do that? You do that with players that are familiar with Trey and that they have great rapport. And now, I love the rapport of Trey Lance and Ayuk, but he has it with Deebo as well. And if you thought Deebo was explosive with Jimmy, watch out. This kid is going to blow up with Trey. Because Deebo can go long. Deebo can go long. And Trey can throw it. What's up, Roberto? Hey, Steve, how you doing, sir? Welcome. Josh, what's up, my young father? How you doing, sir? Young hitters in the house. What's up, faithful? Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed night. Beto, I am having a wonderful night, relaxing. I just barbecued some chicken. I'm letting it cool off. Took it off my Traeger. Letting it cool off and came on here, talk a little football before dinner. God is good. God is good. Jimmy has trained fans to have a worried mentality. Shine regardless the weather. It's all temporarily. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Remember that. As dark as it may seem, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always hope. Be positive, but most importantly, stay positive. I am used to all the media speculation on our Niners. This goes back to decades. I like Deebo and definitely want to keep him. Now, when you say social media, David, I'm an old school guy, right? I go back all the way back to the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s of 49er football. People always tell me, hey, if it was Jerry Rice up for an extension, if it was Roger Craig, John Taylor, if it was Steve Young, Joe Montana, if it was all these different players, they wouldn't be acting the way they're acting. Listen, there was no media during the time of Jerry Rice the way it is today. Look at Jerry Rice's character. Just look at his character. Even if you don't know him personally, but you see him on videos, you see him on shows, you see his personality, this guy is wild. You're going to tell me that if social media didn't existed, if it did exist back during the time that Jerry Rice was playing, he wouldn't stir things up on social media? I think he would. What are your guys' thoughts? I guess we find out if Tashawn Raquan Samuel showed up to training. Oh, you talking about his brother? His brother needs to mind his own business. Deebo's brother. But everybody wants to be part of the lineup, right? Everybody wants to be part of the light. Everybody wants to be, that's funny stuff about his brother, though. Deebo wants to be a Cowboy. That would make me want to vomit. Who says Deebo wants to be a Cowboy? Because of the light? We read in too much, bro. We read too much into certain things. Unless Deebo verbally says it, I want to be a Cowboy, nothing is further from the truth. He does not want to be nothing else but a 49er right now until he either becomes a different uniform or says he wants to be part of a different uniform. Until then, he is a Niner. He wants to be a 49er, and he's going to remain a 49er. Niners have the upper hand. Let him play out his contract. Then they can still force a franchise tag like they did Gold. Yeah. Listen. Deebo, if he gets on his high horse and doesn't play, let's just say he doesn't play all 2022. He doesn't want to play. Did you know that year of 2022 gets erased? And now it gets extended to 2023, according to the CBA, the new CBA. And then the Niners can put the French tag on him. Instead of putting it on him on 2023, they can place it on him on 2024. So it is best interest for Deebo to play if that's the case. Unless somebody calls the 49ers and totally blows them away. We give you 2 number ones and a 2. The Niners like, let's go. But unless a team completely offers the 49ers something worth discussing, I don't see Deebo going anywhere. They're going to keep him. He's going to play. And if he doesn't play, it only hurts Deebo in so many ways. And the thing about, he's not going to be happy if the Niners don't extend him, and if he plays out 2022, he's not going to be happy, blah, blah, blah. That is a bunch of baloney. He is competitive. He's playing with his brothers on the field. He may not like the idea that he did not get extended, but the kid will play because he's also, again, auditioning for another team come 2023 if the Niners do not extend him then. So the Niners are not rushed to do anything right now. But Niner fans are scared that Deebo's leaving. Deebo's leaving. He wants to get traded. He's not going to be part of the Niners. Where is he going? The Niners hold the upper hand. Why players signed off on the new CBA rules is beyond me. But it protects the owner and the team. Deebo has to play whether he gets extended or not. Because it only hurts Deebo. It doesn't hurt the 49ers. So why are the Niners going to be rushed to try to extend a player that isn't going anywhere? So that fans that are wishy-washy or the emotional 49er fans can be all happy? Do you think the Niners really care about your feelings? Well, 49er John Doe, he's not going to be able to sleep at night until we take care of this Deebo situation. So, you know what, Kyle? I think, Parag? I think we need to sign Deebo tomorrow because we want John Doe to be able to sleep at night. They don't give a bleep bleep about crybaby 49er fans that are crying about we haven't signed him yet. They know the structure. They know what he's worth. They know the time limit. They know when it's right to start negotiation. Right now, they are concerned about the draft. The draft is next week, a week from tomorrow. Are they going to move Jimmy? Are they not? Are they going to move up the draft board? Are they going to move down? They're putting their draft board together. They're working that out. They have no time for this drama of Deebo. Unlike us that are bored out of our mind in the offseason, the front office is mighty busy handling the draft right now. And it will come a time, once the draft is over, once we have the players that we bringing in, that the Niners will switch from draft mode into extension mode and start working on Deebo. And then all those fans, they're up and down, up and down. I'll be like, oh, we did sign him. Oh, Deebo's going to be here forever. Yay. Come on, guys. I was talking about the sports reporters from ESPN, the other networks from the late 80s and 90s. You're correct about social media has changed. Oh, yeah. Social media has absolutely changed things. Look at, what's his name? The linebacker for the Giants. Taylor? Is it Taylor? I can't think of his name. The trouble that he used to get into back then, the Michael Irvins with the cocaine problem. Imagine those players doing the things they were doing back then with cameras on your phone. Back then, the only way you can record somebody is if you had a camcorder. And who really carries camcorders unless you are going on a field trip, right? Unless you're going on a trip, you're going camping, you're going to the amusement park, then you carry a video camera or picture cameras, right? But who carries a camera or a camcorder just with them to carry? Nobody. Not back then. Now you have 4K on your phone. Things are definitely different from the 80s to 2021 or 2022, excuse me. Christian Carver's in the house. How you doing, brother? Make sure to hit that like button for me. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Wipe those feet, brother. My theory is the Niners are waiting for Terry McLaurin and AJ to sign. It's gone. I don't know. Possible. But I think the Niners want to set the market right now between those three. I think the Niners want to get Deebo signed, extended prior to AJ or Terry. Why? Because imagine what it would be if the Titans offered AJ a certain amount or the Washington Commanders offer Terry a certain amount. Now the Niners have to work that out with Deebo. So in my thoughts, it is Deebo's best interest to get, the Niners' best interest to get this Deebo situated before Brown and Terry. But not before the draft, for sure. It is, but people think that he only had one whole year of health. He's missed. He's getting better. He's taking care of his body better. But that is the truth, though. He has been hurt. The type of football that he's playing right now with running back and slash receiver, what does he call it? White back? That does put him in position to get hurt. This is why he wants to get paid. This is why he wants his money, because if he does get hurt, do you think the Niners are going to care about Deebo if Deebo gets hurt to the point that he's not the same Deebo that he is today? Do you think you think the Niners are going to care about Deebo and his baby and his family? In front of the camera, probably. Behind the camera, sayonara. This is why each player deserves to get the bag when the bag is available for them to get. Go after it, Deebo. If it ain't the Niners, if it's another team that offers you 20, 25 plus, go for it. I'm not mad. I prefer him to be a 49er. I want him to be a 49er. But I'd rather him get his bag than not. He deserves it, in my opinion. What's up, Jake? welcome to the stream. I don't know if this is your first time. If it is, welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. Please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will be notified each and every time I go live. If you've been here before, then welcome back to the channel. As a Jets fan, okay, you're a Jets fan. As much as it would enticing to get Deebo, I am in the minority to draft a receiver. I like Garrett Wilson. Now, would you be willing to, as a Jets fan, would you be willing to give up your 35, your 38, and your 69 for Deebo? That's what you guys offered for Tyreek Hill. Would you guys offer your 35, 38, and 69 for Deebo, Jake? Lawrence Taylor. Thank you, Lewis. Yeah, Lawrence Taylor, man. I'm telling you, if there were cameras back then, he probably would have been out of football way before he did. Dina Harvey, welcome to the podcast. How you doing, Diva? Dina, I almost called you Diva. Evening, family. Beto, I love the new look. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. You know, I'll be honest with you. I kind of got tired every time I ate or every time I drank something. The hairs in my mouth, it was growing. It was way above my lip. So I wanted to just, you know, I totally surprised my wife, though. She came out of her office. I did it really late at night. I was facing the TV in the living room. Her office is behind our couches. And she comes, you know, out. She's like, every time she goes to bed, she'll tell me, okay, babe, I'm going to bed. And she'll give me a kiss. And she came around my recliner. And she's like, what the? She's like, what did you do? I go, what did I do? She goes, stop it. You shaved. And now she's kind of adjusting to it. But we do have a rule. Whatever's on my face, I can do what I want. Whatever's on her, makeup-wise, she wants to wear makeup or not, that's totally up to her. We respect each other in that. But I did surprise her, by the way. She's like, what the heck? What's up, Niner Beto? What's good, brother? What's up, JBX? Y4N9? What's up, Johnny? Welcome to the stream, brother. Make sure to hit that like button for me. Always a pleasure to have you here, Johnny. How you doing, sir? I pray that you're having a wonderful evening. Jake says, but we need more slot. But we need more. A lot for this team. True. That is so true. Pale time. My brother from a different mother. How you doing, brother? God blessings to you. Blessings to you, sir. Welcome to my stream. Faithful Rams fan. Little delusional, but I love this man. No, this guy's great. He just loves the Rams. You know, not everybody can be a Niner fan. But I love Pale. Hey, but he is the champion. Well, his team is the champion, so there's not much I can say. I am tired of the Deebo drama circus to see how this plays out. You're tired. You're a Rams fan. Imagine how we feel as Niner fans, brother. But hey, it's okay. Enjoy this because the whole Cooper Kupp drama, it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. Cooper Kupp is going to want to get paid. Ooh-wee. Waiting till that scenario takes place, brother. Ooh, I can't. Yeah, bro, that's coming. The storm is coming. What's up, LS10 or LS? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. Make sure to hit that like button for your boy Niner sickness. So, Deebo. That's all I hear on YouTube, on Twitter, on IG. If it ain't Deebo this, it's Deebo that. And if it ain't Deebo this, it's Deebo that. Oh my goodness. The 49ers always gives us content creators something to talk about, right? Always gives us something to talk about. The drama without our mamas. And if you have your mama, then your mom. My mama's gone. So, question: if Deebo is traded, does that put more pressure on the rest of the team? Of course. Of course. Anybody that says that if Deebo gets traded, we can replace him is foolish. Deebo was a part of the 49ers offense in 2021. He was a major part of the offense in 2021. Deebo cannot be replaced. You can bring players to try to supplement some of that work that Deebo put in. But Deebo, in my opinion, is unreplaceable. Therefore, if he does get traded, pale time, it's a huge loss. And the pressure's definitely on the team. Hopefully, that doesn't happen, though. Cooper Kupp is a no drama. Well, we'll see. He is in contract talks right now and report it for voluntary workouts. Well, the whole situation with Cooper Kupp is a little different than Deebo. Okay. Just because things are not publicly displayed, my young friend, doesn't mean there's no drama behind the scenes between your LA Rams and Mr. Cooper Kupp. Now, if they can agree on a contract, then great for both parties, great for you as a fan, great for the whole organization. But if he doesn't, then that becomes quiet behind the scenes, will be openly available for everyone to see. I'm hoping he does settle for an agreement. Otherwise, it can get ugly in the city of angels pretty fast. Yeah, that was probably advisement of his agent. Deebo had to express how he felt. Whether he erased it or not, when he wrote it, that is the way he's feeling. And he expressed it in the comment that he made. Now, the advisement of his agent probably told him, hey, bro, you need to take that down. And he took it down. But he wrote it. The fact that he wrote it to me, Johnny, tells me he is expressing how he felt. He's saying it's between the Niners, his agent, and himself. And nobody knows the truth but them. The fact that he said that reporters make up stories, said plenty. And just because he took it down doesn't mean that's not the way he felt. He didn't just write that by accident. Oops. You know what I mean? It's not like he wrote that by accident and oops, I made a mistake and took it down. He was probably asked to be taken down, but that's what he meant. No, I don't think his account got hacked at all. I just think that Deebo was upset of hearing all this negative about him, and he spoke out. I made a video about it yesterday. Cooper Kupp is a dream superstar. Well, if he is, he's a great player. I'm not saying that he's not a diva, whatever. But at the end of the day, whether he's quiet or whether you're loud, you still want to get paid. Okay, so if the Rams don't pay what he wants, he'll quietly decline to stay with the team. But I hear you, brother. I hear you. Deebo's a little bit louder, that's all. Good evening, Beto. Hope you're doing well. I wipe my feet. Everyone needs to take a step back and take a deep breath and let's concentrate on talking about the draft and the future of the 49ers. Deebo is back. Listen, you're absolutely right, Jag. Welcome to the stream, brother. Thank you for wiping your feet. The draft is here next week, a week from tomorrow. Are we moving into the first round? Are we moving up in the second round? Are we moving down? Who are we taking? Are we taking safety? Are we taking corner? Are we going to take a defensive end? Are we going to take an offensive tackle? Are we taking a center/guard? Are we going to draft a running back at all? And if we do draft a running back, which running back are we draft? There's so many things to talk about. So many exciting things to talk about. And yet, a lot of us fall on the roller coaster of what is called the Deebo Samuel ride. I think it's best time to get off the ride and enjoy other rides around the amusement park. There's so much fun that is going to take place next week in the draft. Who are the Niners going after? Who are the Niners going to draft? What position are they going to go first? Is the player they draft at 61, is that the player you were looking for? Are you going to be like, yes? Or are you going to be like, no? All these emotions are going to happen next week. Why not enjoy yourself instead of worrying whether Deebo is going to go or is going to stay? I choose to have fun. I choose to relax, and I choose to talk about the draft. I'm going to be talking more about the draft and the excitement as we get closer to the draft. Who are we draft? I'm pretty sure Pale Time, he's excited with his pick in the 6th round because they never have any. No, I'm messing with you, Pale. But he'll be ready to go not week 2, but day 2, just like us. One thing the Rams and the Niners have in common this draft is neither one of us have a first round. So we will both be getting excited day 2, unless either of our teams does the unthinkable and moves up into the first round. Then the first thing that goes through our mind is, how much capital did we give up, right? Then we're like, who are they taking? You got to love that emotion, right? If either the Rams or the Niners moved up into the first round, what are your first thoughts? How much did we give up? What did we give up? Right? And then you go and you figure it out. Then you're like, okay, who are the Niners taking, or who are the Rams taking because they moved into the first round? I love that feeling. Doesn't that feel, I don't know about you. I'm a big kid when it comes to the draft, man. To me, the draft is Christmas in April. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. We don't know the whole story. I do expect Ayuk to break out with Trey Lance at quarterback. He can throw outside the numbers and downfield. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bay Area Sports Report J. Miles. What's up, Mr. J. Miles? How you doing, sir? I don't believe this report. I refuse to believe it. I love it. J Mouse, what's cracking lacking? Young 49er. What I trip out on is the difference on how Bosa's camp. And listen, somebody brought this up the other day, and I forgot who said it. I'm not trying to take credit for this, and I forgot to give the credit to. But they said the difference between Deebo and Bosa is this. Bosa comes from a rich family. They're rich. Their family is rich prior to either Bosa, Joey, or Nick Bosa even becoming pros. They were already rich. Joey Bosa is rich now. So if Nick Bosa stopped playing football today, he will be wealthy in money. Deebo does not come from a rich family. Then, Bosa was selected in the first round with a fifth year option. The money that they gave Bosa at number 2 overall in the first round is way more than what they gave Deebo in the second round. Right? And then, even if they tag Bosa, you know they're going to give him $18 million for 1 year? So the scenario between Bosa and Deebo are completely far from each other. This is why Bosa is not tripping. He's not worried. He has money. He's not concerned. Deebo, on the other hand, is completely different. Or you guys pick at one. Wow, you guys don't start until 103? Wow. I know you have done mock drafts for your Rams, right, Pale? Right at 103, which player do you covet at that spot for your team? Pale time. Oh my goodness, that is funny, bro. Don't worry, they will trade it away. Fred Warner and George Kittle were signed near the end of camp. So will Deebo, in my opinion. Yeah, the Niners came off a Super Bowl run and they didn't sign Kittle until August. Then the following year, they extended, Fred Warner late July, almost early August. There's plenty of time to sign Deebo. Probably. And you got to admit, though, I know the Niner fans, they kind of always jab the Rams for never having a first round and always giving away their draft picks. But even though it sucks for me to say, they are holding the Lombardi Trophy. They did win the Super Bowl. So, as ludicrous as we think their method is, it works for them. It works. Yeah, I know this, Johnny. I read about this. The future of Alex Mack is unsure about his future. I do got to believe that whether we know it or not, Alex Mack has already informed the Niners whether he's playing or not. We may not know, but I'm pretty sure Alex, out of respect to the organization, has to inform them which direction he's going to go. Why? Because if he chooses not to play, they can go higher pick for a center. If he chooses to play one more year, maybe they can get a center in the later rounds and develop him for the following year to eventually replace Alex Mack. So even though we are unaware, I'm pretty sure the Niners and Alex Mack are communicating with each other. I'm pretty sure they have communicated with each other and they'll figure it out. I hope he comes back. We'll have to wait and see. At 103, I hope we either trade back to get more picks or draft D-back or tackle. One player I really like is Zach Tom out of Wake Forest. Okay. I don't know if I've done my homework on Tom or not, but well, I hope you guys definitely get the player you guys need or you like, brother. But I understand about trading back. Definitely accumulating more draft picks will be good. What's up, Moses Martinez? D-back disciple is en la casa de Mr. Niner Sickness Podcast. Welcome, brother. How are you doing, sir? Of course. Listen, I'm a Niner fan, and I'll give jabs to the Rams like I do the Cardinals and I do the Seahawks. But at the end of the day, maybe I'm 52 years old. I lived a bit. I understand that fans love their team as much as I love mine. And I can give, for the fun of it, I'll give jabs to the Rams. Oh, the Rams this, or we beat the Rams 18 straight times and stuff like that. But I would also acknowledge when, the proper dues are for the Rams. The Rams are the NFC, and they are the world champions of football. I mean, I like it, but I'm not in denial, and it's the truth. So some 49ers may not agree with me. They're like, no, you're a Niner fan. You're supposed to hate. Nah, man, there's so much hate in this world. There's too much hate for me to concern myself about hating a team that I like to watch or watch against just for fun. I have a life outside of football. It's way more important to spend too much energy of my life worrying about hating a certain team and their fan base. Moses says, I'm tired of the Deebo Samuel acting like a child. Someone get him a... Well, the thing about it is, how do you know that he's acting like a child? What is it that he's doing to make you believe that he's acting like a child? It's an honest question. What is he doing? Because he took off his pictures of the 49ers and he stopped following the Niners? Is that really being or acting like a child? That's his prerogative, right? He can do what he wants. The guy shows up every year. He plays his butt off. He works hard to try to help us win. The kid is nothing but a young man. This is my opinion. I understand maybe, Moses, you're frustrated. 49er fans are frustrated. But to call him a child, and you can call him whatever you want, but for him to be called a child, to me, is prematurely, because he's not acting like a child. If he is trying to communicate to the 49ers via social media, why not? Why not? How many of us as parents used our kids to get a message across to our spouse? And if you say you never done it, liar. You use what's available to you. To an extent, of course. But I don't think he's a child or acting like a child, in my opinion. Via Sports Track, if Deebo is not reporting to a military, I read that, camp means a loss of an assured season, meaning he would be facing restricted free agency next season. This means he can still be tender as a restricted free agent. Absolutely, Johnny. That is correct. Deebo acting like this, trade him, cannot have another. Moses, I love you, Moses, but you are so emotional. You are an emotional fan, bro. I love that about you, though. You are so emotional. Get rid of him. He sucks. And if he extends his contract and he's working great for a I love Deebo. Right, Moses? Come on, bro. Oh man, I love this guy. I've been doing my homework on these D-backs. No one talks about it, but Niners have met with and Fresno State D-back. And my sons have met him. Oh, right on. $20. Deebo wants to leave because of the quarterback situation. Lot of rumors about Jimmy with and for some reason the other guy is called one play Trey. So I'm assuming, Javier, you don't like Trey Lance. You know what the funny thing is? Again, everybody's entitled to who they like or dislike. You're a fan like me, and we're not always going to agree on certain players. But what I don't understand is how can someone dislike a player when that player hasn't shown yet what he can or cannot do in the NFL? We've seen Solomon Thomas for a few years. We know what his limit is. You don't like him? Then you don't have to like him. But to dislike Trey or to dislike Javon Kinlaw because people have said that Javon Kinlaw is a bust, it cracks me up. How do you know Javon Kinlaw is a bust? He hasn't played enough. He's been playing with a lingering injury since college on his knee. He finally took care of it. He feels as healthy as ever. I guarantee you, although nobody will admit it, this is the sad thing about some people. If he sucks in 2022 and doesn't do good, people will be the first people to say, I told you so. I told you he was a bust. I told you he sucked. But if Javon Kinlaw proves that he's going to be a beast in the NFL, now that he's healthy, now that he doesn't have that lingering injury bothering him, and he turns out to be a beast, you will not admit that you were wrong. You'll just quietly begin to support him. And to those fans, you didn't hear me? There you go. I'm just saying, man, how can you dislike or call somebody a bust that hasn't really shown what he can or cannot do in the football field? It's just premature. People calling Javon Kinlaw a bust? Am I saying he's going to be an all-pro? I don't know. Can he be a bust? Possibly. But to say that he's a bust right now? My goodness. That's crazy. Sickness. You and I played football. Team always comes first. I respect what he did, but it always loyal to the team by any means. Listen, let me ask you, do you think Jerry Rice was respectful of the team? Do you think Ronnie Lott was respectful of the team? And if you say yes or you say no, we'll never know because there was never any type of social media back then. There were not phones that people had recorders on. They can capture a moment of frustration. You don't know if Ronnie Lott blew up and acted like a kid. You don't know if Jerry Rice was huffing and puffing and I want to leave, blah, blah, blah. We just didn't see it because social media wasn't available back then. But imagine if there was social media back then when Ronnie Lott and Jerry Rice played. Now, I would assume that Jerry Rice would be a little bit more of a diva than Ronnie Lott. But it could happen. We just would have never know because the social media wasn't there as it is today. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully when and if we trade Deebo, we can get more than we got when we traded T.O. to the Eagles for a defensive Brandon Whitney. Yeah. I don't think Deebo's going anywhere though, honestly. Beto and Moses, what your opinion on Jalen Pedro? I like this kid. I like this corner. I'm not a big fan of Nick Cross as a safety. I like Brian Cook more. I like Brian Cook much better as a safety than I do Nick Cross, my personal. But I love Jalen as a corner, slot corner. That kid will be awesome. Imagine getting Jalen and Brian Cooks. Woo-wee. That secondary would be crazy. It's crazy scary. Oh, please bring on the draft. Every day I am hearing and seeing the soap opera as the Niners turn. I love that reference as the world turns. Yes, I used to watch that soap opera, Dina, as the world turns. Now I watch General Hospital and Bold and the Beautiful. Yes, I watch soap opera. Cubo. And if you don't like me, I said, well, take it outside and I'll slap you. Oh, my goodness. Wish all sports talks and TV would leave us alone for a while. They got to make their money, Dina. They got to make their money. They got to make their money. Sickness, the D-back from Fresno State. Let me ask you, what are the better chances of Deebo signing his contract or you coming on my show and talking about receivers? Oh, man, I love Moses. Moses sleeps, eats, and farts D-backs. Que no? I love Moses, man. Moses is awesome. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Josh. I don't know what I'm right about. I'm talking so much, but thank you anyway. Sickness. His last name is Bland. Look him up. But if he's bland, we got to add some flavor. I would love to coach him. I would love to throw some seasoning on him. If he's bland. Sickness. And the Niners have met with him as well. I got to look him up, bro. I'm going to look him up because you're excited about him. Nah, I ain't saying I don't like Trey. I love my NFL team. Players come and go. No, I hear you. That I agree. That I agree 100%. I represent the red and gold right here. Red and gold. The emblem. Right here. So whether players come and go, I will always be true to the 49ers. I may not always be happy with what transpired. I may complain and bitter and kick and scream and whatever, but I'll always remain faithful to the red and gold. When Joe Montana was traded to the Kansas City Chiefs, back when I was watching the game, it was a big deal. 49er fans went crazy because they decided to go with this left-handed quarterback out of Brigham Young. But when we won the Super Bowl, with this in quarterback, Niner fans were like, yeah, Steve Young. So I'm with you. Players do come and go. That's why if Deebo goes after the bag and the bag is bigger with another team, I am not mad at him. Go and get your bag, young man. And I will wish him the best. I don't even care where he goes. I will wish him the best. But I will remain faithful to the team, Javier. So yes, I agree with you 100% there. Team always comes first. But it doesn't mean that I agree when the Niners don't want to pay a certain amount for a player. I think every player works their butt off to get paid. If you do the best at what you do at your job and you are not getting paid what you think you are worth, don't you deserve the opportunity to get more? Every player deserves it, in my opinion. Yeah, he's a good corner, man. Yeah, he's this kid can play. I love this kid. I watch his film. Kid can play, man. He can rock. But you can't compare those past players to now. Players now ain't playing for legacy just for their paycheck. Can't blame. See, I don't know about that, bro. I really don't. I think things have changed. I think players have involved with the changes of this world and the finances, the money and the luxury and the, the all the gold chains and the cars and all the entourage that is happening nowadays. But I think these players play for legacy. You don't think Fred Warner plays for legacy? You don't think George Kittle plays for legacy? I think players now still have. I remember Frank Gore crying after a game that the Niners lost because in the parking lot there were other Niner players laughing and like nothing ever happened, and Frank Gore cried because Deebo cried when they lost in the NFC Championship game last year. Why would he cry besides being emotional? Because he wanted to win a ring and make a statement and legacy and fulfill that legacy. So I agree with you to an extent, Javier, but not completely. Big stinkers in the house. Welcome, my brother. Welcome to the stream. Make sure to hit that like button for me. Appreciate you. I recall the 91 season when Charles Haley blew up in the locker room after we lost to the Raiders. And Ronnie Lott from the Raiders lockers had to come and settle Haley down. I remember, Johnny, that like it happened yesterday. You want to know why I remember this like it happened yesterday? Because I was wandering off at Candlestick Park and I took an elevator, which I probably shouldn't have been on in the first place. And behold, who was in the elevator? Charles Haley and Carmen Policy. And they were so caught up with calming Haley down that they didn't even think twice about a little blink in the radar, which was me in that elevator. But I remember that like it was yesterday. Elevator opened up. I walked into it. Who was in there? Charles Haley, pissed off, and Carmen Policy talking to him. So I do remember that. I know that Buckner trade was unpopular, but looking back at Armstead, he has become a great tackle, and it allowed us to keep other players like Jimmy Ward. Kinglaw does need to have a good season this year. Absolutely. Not only that, but there was other additions that took place. The Brandon Ayuk was also part of that trade, if I'm not mistaken. Not directly, but indirectly. Young hitter. Yes, I agree on that. I expressed myself on, I know, bro. I'm messing with you, bro. You know me, brother. Love you, man. What's up, Tom? Welcome to the stream, Tom. Now that Tom is here, we can all leave. Just kidding. I love Tom. How you doing, Tom? My butt hurts for sitting for an hour. I should raise my desk and stand up, huh? But then I have to use a restroom. If I stand up, I start doing the pee-pee dance. So I'll stay seated for a few more minutes and then finish up this live. But I enjoy talking to you guys, man. I enjoy talking 49er football on a Wednesday afternoon. There's quite a few in here. You guys have been engaging with me, talking 49er football. Listen, I'm doing a raffle. I'm doing a raffle of a flag and 2 patches. I'm probably going to do that on Friday. I said that I might do it today, maybe tomorrow, but I will do it for sure on Friday. You don't have to be present to win. It will be recorded on here so that you can go back and see if your name was called or who won if it wasn't you. But there's still 5 spots left if you want to play. They're $3 a spot. You can send it to me through Cash App or you can send it to me through Venmo. You pay $3, you get a spot. There's 5 spots left. You can buy 1 spot or you can buy all 5 spots. And that'll be a total of 25 spots. So that'll be 25 people. Well, not necessarily 25 people because some people bought more than 1 spot. So the odds are pretty good. And if you win, you get a flag, you get and 2 patches from me. A 3x5 flag, brand new, and 2 patches is the winner. Now, if you want to know what that flag looks like and the patches, please go to Facebook. Go to my group, not my page, but my group, Niner Sickness Podcast. And if you're not part of it, request to be part of it and I will accept you. And on there, I have it, what it looks like. So 5 more spots left, $3 a spot. If you win, you get a flag and 2 patches. Patches, not these ones, but patches like this. So you have until Friday if you want to play. So you can either hit me up by message on Messenger. You can hit me up by sending me an email to ninersicknesspodcast@yahoo.com. Once again, ninersicknesspodcast@yahoo.com. Let me know if you're interested in playing. If those spots are still available when I get your email, I will reply to you one way or the other. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of the Niner Sickness Podcast. Most of all, thank you for spending your evening with your boy, Niner Beto, a.k.a. Niner Sickness. God bless you. Have a blessed evening. Enjoy the rest of the evening. And remember, regardless Deebo stays or goes, Jesus loves you. I'm out of here. Peace. Remain faithful always. Right here, baby.